Welcome back to PM with the Trigger. Once again, Rich Bontrager with you. Hopefully, you had a great weekend and you're back at it, working hard, being successful, and achieving all those great goals that you have. Back at 2 p.m. Why do we do this each and every day? Let me remind you, it's our brand promise at Rock the Stage Media. We're here to help you shine on camera, shine on stage, help you build your media brand empire. That's going to help you shine and get the clients and get the results that you really want. And we're going to be talking about that today. That is the big thing. And Trigger, what exactly does it mean to build a media empire? You know, I've had conversations with people over the weekend, and people are like, you talk about this, but what exactly are we talking about, Rich? How do we describe it? How does it take form? What is included in a media empire? And this week, I'm going to take some of the time and give you some of the layers of this, what we're really talking about. It's not built overnight, but it is powerful. And there's several key concepts that you have to think about as you get into this idea of building a media empire. I just want to open up with a couple quick little observation because we've got social media. We've got the hashtags. We got the @ symbols. We got all this stuff going on. But I'm talking about building a media empire based on all the different elements you have at your disposal. And sometimes you have even more than you realize at your disposal to create something that's big, that's large, that's powerful, that's influential, that people will want to come to check out more and more about. First of all, you got to think bigger. Think bigger than what you currently think about what you're doing. You may have a great plan. You may have a killer website. Your TikTok may be blowing up. But I want you to think bigger about how to create a media empire where you're seen in more locations. You're seen sharper. Easy access to find you, to contact you, to leverage you and your services, whatever you have going on. Think bigger as we get into this. Think like a network. We're talking about building a media empire. You got to start thinking like CBS, NBC, Fox, whatever network that you go to. You got to start thinking about how do those executives design, plan, and execute the idea that we're building a network. It's not one show. It's not two shows. It's many, many different shows. Larry's dropping in today. Just want to jump on in and say hello, hi. Good to have you with us here at 2 p.m. Perfect day for you to drop in, Larry, and learn a little bit more about building that media empire that you and I have talked about. So think bigger and think like a network. You do have a network. We call it social media. But you got to think about how you're going to harness that network, build the network, leverage the network, and what content goes on which platforms. Because CBS may have a bunch of different networks, but not everything goes on everyone's network. Sports is sports. Entertainment is entertainment. News is news, but it's all CBS. You guys are thinking that way as you build out your media empire. What do you have? So let's dive deeper. And I'm going to give you a little definition here of what a media empire kind of can be sort of defined by. Because it's not just your social media like most people are focusing on. And there's so much noise out there. You got to think bigger. Like I said, think bigger than this. A media empire can encompass a wide range of media channels from traditional to digital. All right. We're not throwing out the old stuff. We're expanding it to include the new digital age. It's platforms that include television, radio, newspaper, magazine, online publications, podcasting, social media, video streaming services, and it goes on because we're still creating new ways to communicate and build our brands out there. So you got to think about, hey, what do I got at my disposal? What have I used in the past? And what can I keep on using? Jan's in the house right now. And Jan's back at the notes once again. She's playing catch up here with the Think Bigger. And great job, Jan. Great to see you here again. So we're going to get into this idea of all the different opportunities. But the hallmark of a media empire, by the way, the hallmark is the ability to deliver, here it is, content in multiple ways and platforms in media. I talk about how you rock the stage. I talk about your camera appearance. I talk about helping the executive and the leaders be seen and heard better. It's media, media, media. But I do it in different ways on different platforms. You have to figure out how that works for you and what your main message is. And remember, You are the brand as you build out your media empire. So let's talk a little bit about some of the details now. It's digital transformation. If you're going to build a media empire, you do want to learn about digital transformation. As we've said, there's more platforms arising every day. Just a couple of weeks ago, Threads came online. There's going to be more coming and going, coming and going. Investigate and research. Don't get on every platform, as we've said before, but where are the platforms you should be and why? Where's your audience? Where are they listening? Where are the fish biting for your marketplace? Where are the other experts that you want to rub shoulders with and be found and seen by? Online platforms, social media, streaming services, interactive content is all the rage now. Just like I'm doing right now, I am streaming live, sharing information, and we're having conversation with people like Jan, who is dropping and stuff. Dan's with us here today. I just see Dan beamed on him. When you find that you build a media, what do you do with it? Dan, that's a great question. When you realize you've built a media empire and you didn't know you built a media empire, you built the plane while it was flying down. What do you do? That's a great question. Stick with us, Dan. We're going to keep going deeper and deeper into this. What are the different platforms? Jan's tracking right along. But pick about, again, what content, what platforms work best for you. Not everyone wants to be on every platform, and nor should you. You'll get burnout. You get tired. So figure out where you want to be. Now, here's another hallmark principle of building a media empire. Cross-platforms. Cross-platforms are so very important. You don't have to just be on one platform and stuck on one platform. Remember, when social media first began, it was basically like Facebook. And you looked around, there wasn't much else but Facebook. Now we have so many different things. Or some people thought there was only YouTube. We got much more than that now for video content too. Strategize and promote and build your content intensely on these different channels. I talk about it a lot of time. Then brand it properly. Build your brand by showing you're on these different channels. You're not 10 different brands. You're one brand that appears on maybe 5 different channels, 10 different channels. Develop the brand, show showcases on every one of your channels. Go back to CBS. As I said, there's all these different versions of CBS. Hello from Stroke TV. Come on in, join the party. We're having a good time here today. Good to see you, Aaron. CBS always has their logo, the chime. They have somewhere on their weekly TV shows, on their news stations, on their sports station. They got the sport jackets with a little CBS logo. They're branded everywhere, so you know you're somewhere on a CBS network channel somewhere. And they're cross-promoting all the time. CBS now is doing the NFL, and they started a couple of years ago with the Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is one of their sub-part stations, for kids mostly. But if you've seen, they've been doing the Nickelodeon football game with the slime, and they get the slime buckets. They're cross-blending their platforms for a media event. Right now, I'm on 5 channels. I am cross-pollinating on 5 of my platforms at one time. It's got so good at this CBS with the Nickelodeon event now, you actually can see, if you go for the enhanced version, slime buckets falling on people in the stands that have no idea they're being slimed on TV because it's all digital. But they're turning the game, not just football anymore, into an interactive, fun experience for kids while mom and dad watch it. Their cross-platforms are designed to interact that way now. What are you doing to build a media empire that is cross-platform? Have it like an ABC, CBS, wherever. Thank you, Jan. Yes, indeed. Yes, and Stroke TV, you are an up-and-coming media brand. Keep working on it. Again, this does not happen overnight. Aaron's been paying attention. Aaron's been working on this for a while. So that cross-platform, expand your reach, expand your impact. And here's a big one that we don't talk about very often. And shame on me for not doing this. But if you really want to build a media empire, you have to cultivate more talent. Trigger's only one guy. I love partnering and collaborating with other creators, with other media hosts, TV hosts, actors, and doing shows together. You've seen Shannon Peel on here many times from Market Appeal. Sandra D. Robinson, you've seen on here, former actors. She has her own shows. We cross pollinate and do shows together. You need to cultivate talent intentionally because you do not want to do all of it by yourself. And here's a real important part: your audience doesn't want to see you all the time either being the only voice. You want to show that as your media empire builds out, you have different guests, different experts, people you use over and over again, just like the news does. Dr. Phil is an expert that brings other experts on. Dr. Phil gets called by other news stations. Learn to leverage other talent to enhance your network, but you need to pick the talent, vet the talent, coach the talent for their type of style that you want in camera, what it looks like, what it feels like. And I've done that with the people I'm with. We do it for both sides of it. I work with the Wisdom Partner and Jim Cathcart, all-time Hall of Fame speaker. I host, he's the main host, but I'm the host moderator. I help set him up, do the introduction, do the ending, help filter the crowd and navigate the crowd while he's imparting the wisdom. Find a way to collaborate with great people and make a talent pool that you can use for different shows in different ways. It's a whole different thing when you share the stage with somebody else and you help them shine and they help you shine. It's really endearing when you build your media empire that way. And they don't have to be paid staff. Just find the right people as you begin to grow it, and they'll see you're a well-rounded operation that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, digital transformation, cross-promotion, talent cultivation. Remember, you are the brand. Everything needs to point back to you. And in my coaching, we talk very deeply on all the different things of the media empire that keep pointing back to you. But I do want to raise a couple of challenges and things to think about here, because you are now becoming a media empire. I've been in radio and television for 30 plus years. You need to uphold the journalistic standards. You need to have integrity be part of your storytelling, of your reporting of the news, promoting things. Give a wide perspective. Don't be afraid if you're doing a show to have a point counterpoint guest. I love those. Don't just focus on one side if you're going to talk about an issue, whether it's podcasting, streaming content, whether it's an actor strike, whatever it is. Get those point counterpoints and maintain the integrity of what real journalism looks like. Believe me, people will respect it. They will see that you're really, really trying to do something different and unique. And there we go. Now, you are the brand. Thank you, Jan, for jumping in there and helping out. The other thing is you want to have credibility and trust. Being authentic and credibility and trust, especially as an executive, as a top-tier leader, as an influencer, your trust is in the palm of their hands. You need to guard that above everything else, that you are who you are. You say what you are, you practice what you are, and what you're going to reveal and share is so important. That's part of what a media empire is. Because when you don't have that, you'll plummet, you'll drop, you'll crash, you'll burn. A successful media empire has the influence and the responsibility to inform, to entertain, to empower, and reach a global audience. You as an executive leader, you shape the media landscape that you want to reach. You reach the people that you want to reach. Use diverse content. Just because you have one post doesn't mean you can't recreate the post again, make it different on another platform with the same information. Be diverse, be creative. Think of ways to share data, information as high energy, high pop, and sizzle. But it's solid. It's well thought out. It's strong as you are that media empire. Let's see what the comments are coming in here right now. The credibility and the trust. Yes, hold on, maintain that at all costs. This is just scratching the surface of what does media empire mean. It really goes back to those beginning comments I first said. You do want to think big. Think bigger. Really, seriously, we have more tools than ever before. I've said this before, but if I would have had Restream or a tool like we have now, back when I started broadcasting 36 years ago, the things I could have done in those 36 years, well, we have them now. We have YouTube for creating content, for sharing content. We have LinkedIn for writing articles and inserting a video. So it's not just written, it's not just video, it's not just entertainment. You can do a complete 360, share the best of your wisdom in the most creative ways, and keep expanding your reach, and at the same time, laser focusing in on your target so you reach the best people you possibly can. Hey, that's going to do it for the day at the Trigger Rich Bontrager. If you got any questions, drop me a line always at rich@richbontrager.net. I take all my own personal email. That's part of the integrity. That's part of the brand promise. Zip it off to me. Ask me questions about this media brand empire. Or if you would like to have yourself a one-on-one call, let's do a free consultation. Hit the QR code and let's talk about what you're building out, what you want to build out. How big do you want to be? What are the areas that you're struggling with? That whole talent area? I work with a lot of people like, I've got the ideas, but I don't want to be the voice on camera. I don't want to be the face on camera. I'm the idea guy. And you got to find a way to work around that. Whatever your problem is, hit the QR code, book the call, and let's have a great conversation to see how we can get you growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Think bigger. Oh, and Stroke TV is coming back saying hello to Larry and others. Great to have Aaron drop in with everybody. Don't forget, we'll be back here tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to have a special conversation. The Cupid's Coach is going to be with us tomorrow live at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Interviews are all part of building out your media brand, collaborating with other people. Join us tomorrow for a very special edition of 2 p.m. Live with The Trigger as Julie Furman, Cupid Coach, will be right here. Until then, it's The Trigger, Rich Bontrager. We'll see you back 2 p.m. Eastern Time live.